For years, the West has regarded it as an intractable problem, the North Korean nuclear program. Various attempts to appease and punish Pyongyang have been tried and failed. But North Korea remains belligerent, an army of 1 million backed by 4,000 tanks, all within range of the border with South Korea. Isolating the country hasn't worked. It's created massive food shortages, impoverishing its people. During the 1997 famine, it's estimated that millions died after crops failed and Russian aid stopped flowing. But even this didn't dent the resolve of its leader, Kim Jong-il. In the 1990s, the North started unloading fuel rods at its Yongbyon reactor. The move alarmed the US, which spearheaded a new diplomatic drive. At the same time, it hit Pyongyang with sanctions, urging neighbors to isolate the DPRK. The US then offered it aid in return for freezing its nuclear program. But the incentive wasn't enough. In 2002, North Korea announced plans to restart its reactor. This helped convince former US President George Bush to blacklist the country. It became part of the axis of evil.
North Korea is a regime arming with missiles and weapons of mass destruction while starving its citizens.
Since then, Pyongyang has kept the international community guessing. It's pursued diplomacy with mixed results. In 2005, Pyongyang agreed to abandon its nuclear program and return to talks. Empty words. A year later, it carried out its first nuclear test. There were then signs of progress when North Korea blew up the cooling tower at its Yongbyon reactor in 2008. But that progress was short-lived. This latest nuclear test has dashed any hopes the West had that diplomatic efforts were finally starting to pay off. But Pyongyang has a habit of shocking its neighbors with action, displaying its strength, and then returning to talks.
The problem the rest of the world now faces is who to negotiate with if North Korea does come back to the table. Kim Jong-il is reportedly in very ill health, and this could be a manifestation of the power vacuum he leaves behind. Or this could be a last high-risk throw of the dice for the man known in North Korea as the dear leader. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Beijing.